Keeping it to you straight with no filter. Danny B wins.
How you doing, everybody? As you know, I'm Danny B, and we have the Flash Man with us. I thought he was going to be late.
Boom, boom, boom.
I was getting texts. I like when you bust Andy's chops, and I said, well, today's a good day. He's running late, and it was his idea to schedule this show early today.
Yes.
And due to that, Andrew.
Yes.
Due to that, Andrew, we lost Mad Flavor. Coco Diaz was supposed to call in today, but he...
Uncle Joey.
You messed it up for Uncle Joey, but thank God, with the grace of his heart, his kind heart, the big guy.
Uncle Joey, I think.
Uncle Joey, Mad Flavor, will join us on Monday. And I'm going to be on the church. His show, my show. It's going to be a good day.
Powerful Monday. That's going to be great.
It's a good way to launch my new $1 a day program. And
That's right.
My $1 a day.
And we've got a new website, right?
It's the same website, just like the sound of it. Danny wins for you. Not just for me, for you. It's only $1 a day, and we have a special guest. Yes, Moses is not with us today. He is under the weather.
He's not getting his SAG card.
No, you know what? I have to give it to him. He's tried hard. Yeah, he might not be Clark Gable.
Been putting in the time.
He's done a good job for us, Moses, and he's upstairs resting. Actually, we were running late, so I didn't have time to get him together, makeup and all that stuff, grooming. But we're going to hear from... I hope we hear from him. Hope there's no technical problems
Yes.
today. Brian Harrington from Pro Football Central. Brian is the founder of Pro Football Central, pretty popular site on the internet. They cover a lot of athletes, etc. And he's a NFL insider, as he likes to call himself.
Very cool.
He recently broke the Alex Smith trade. Good guy and young guy. It's funny, Andy, most of the guys I've been talking to, and excuse my guy thing, it's just a North Jersey guy. Hey, guy, what you doing, guy?
Everybody's a guy.
We're a guy. Even the girls are guys. So some of the girls hung out like the guys.
Oh, yeah.
And then now they look like guys.
Like savages.
Because they hung out with the guys, now they're looking like guys. I go back to the hometown of Coco will tell you this. I go back every once in a while, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell happened to you? Well, you know, I had an accident. No, you look like fucking shit, buddy.
They live hard, man. They live
Good,
hard.
take care of yourself when you're young, man. It's all that matters. I'll tell you what, at 51 years old, I got my good days, my bad days. Today's an okay day. I woke up really friggin' aggravated. It's November 1st, the day I want to launch the $1 a day program. I talked about it. We got some members already.
Uh-huh.
And it'll be a hit. It'll take some time. But and it's affordable now. Come on. Everybody can afford $1 a day, whether you like me, hate me, bet the games, go the other way. I don't give a darn. It's up to you. But
Listen, it's less
compare
than a cup
notes.
of coffee.
We got some great guys that are young guys. We'll hear from
Powerful AC.
AC is going to be with us in a few minutes. I'm going to have to check on Brian here shortly. Do I have his phone number? Yeah, I do have his phone number. So I wake up and the weather's bad here. We're getting storms.
Yes. It's a pain in the ass. I hate it.
And my website went down. It's up now. The server was down. And I was like, are you kidding me? This is the way it's going to happen today. I want to start off in a good spirits. Because I'm a guy that's hot and cold, you know.
Yeah,
I wear my emotions on my sleeve. You wear tattoos on yours.
That's right. Pow.
Yeah. Painful little son of a bitch.
It fucking hurts so bad.
Yes, so I woke up with with the intentions of being a nice guy today, but then I turned into a shithead. But now it's nice, Danny.
Well, you know what? It's a good thing to admit when you're being a shithead, but I've never seen you be a shithead.
Well, I had my moments.
Everybody has their moments, but as long as you can look through it and you're just like, all right.
Yeah, my kids though, they know sometimes. Even a bird, Moses, oh fuck.
Well, Moses gets you with the water, then he's being
No,
real
Moses
shithead.
knows the attitude. When I come in near him, when he senses, they sense.
He knows.
Like a dog knows when something's not right. The birds do the same thing. And I'll come near him, he'll say, oh shit, and he'll start running. The bird, it doesn't say a peep on radio, right?
No.
But in the house, he's a mother. You know what? He don't shut up.
When he sits in that cage, I think the funniest thing about Moses is when you're like, all right, Moses, take a shit and we'll get started with the thing. And he just, drops one. He just drops a huge one.
I got to stop the coffee. I don't know how the Godfather drinks the coffee all day.
I don't know. Oh, that's like me, man. Coffee all day.
This is
I
a
can
bad
drink it
one.
all night. It's the best.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Lord, help me.
You know what they need? They need cannabis
Cannabis
infused
coffee?
I
got to get this out.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Excuse me, fellas. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just gassed up.
From the bottomless pit of Danny B.
Yeah, well, I got a big heart, though, the size of China.
That's right.
So, yeah, I don't know where the hell these mugs are. Brian,
no worries.
Brian.
I'll be going to China soon. I've been filming all week.
Chinatown, huh, Jim?
Yeah. But I've been filming this show all week. And it's been wearing me out like crazy, but it's a cool thing. And it's like Lee Sayat's been he's an editor, and I am director
I might have to go to the
photography for
bathroom.
this thing.
I really might have to go puke this shit up.
Hey man, if you got to do it, you got to do it. I'll talk everybody everybody up.
You heard it. There you go. There's freedom. Feel like a new guy. Hey, how you doing, guys? I'm Danny B. Welcome to the show. You're listening to Burp, what have you.
He's back to
but
himself.
it's you know what, Andy? Getting to sports, what most people are. Some people tune in for the humor, etc. Some people just tune in for the sports and the advice. Right. And we'll give you some free games. And
what games do we have coming up this weekend?
It's a big weekend. You know, it's week 10 already of college football, week 9 of the NFL.
Whoa.
Last night we had the Dolphins. They put a safety on Cincinnati. That's a 2 points. You know about that?
Yes,
yeah, it's
I do.
Not like a genie dance. But yeah, we started off the week 9 with a safety in the end zone.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, so right. What else happened? What type of week was this for me? Oh, the phones. New phones at the new office.
Okay.
New phone numbers.
How is the office?
Dude, I wish that I had as many people calling that wanted to be clients as bill collectors looking for Jesus and Diego and Juan, and I'm like, they don't live here, man. Stop, please, you're killing me. I'm like talking to somebody, how does the program work? How many games do I get a day?
Yeah.
And then I got hold on, please. It's not, I told you 5 times. I'm trying to be nice to you. They are not here. Are you? Yeah, I'm sure. There's nobody in here.
Well, I mean, bill collectors are naturally supposed to be.
Well, not all of them. Some of them are trying to sell me high school, go to college and stuff like that. Give me grants.
What?
Tell me about. And actually, I even got handicappers calling the number already.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I get recorded messages. This is my game of the year, and it's absolutely free. All you got to do is press number 1, no obligation. Oh my god.
That automated shit just is not for me. Like, if I hear an automated message, I'm like, all right, I'm already tuned out. It's cool that somebody could call in and actually talk to you as far as getting sports.
That's what I do. I'm not into recorded message. People that do those messages, the reason is they just want your phone number.
Well, yeah,
because they know that most people rather just get the free games on the recorded message.
Yes.
It's on it, and then a lot of times you call and they say the machine's busted. Hold on, who's this?
Hold on,
who's this?
Text.
Watch my GOG. Hey, let me see here. What do we got here?
Let's
Who's
see.
this? What the hell is that? He made $45 because he didn't bet it right. What the fuck? Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
No, I tell you, when I tell you to win 50, that means risk $55.
Okay.
Some guys just bet 50 and they win less.
And
so
explain that a little bit further. So
right.
if
So these
you're-
guys listening, you don't know, but believe me, most of these people that are listening right now know
Right.
about the spread. But
Okay.
for every dollar, in most cases, you want to risk. Like, say, to win 100, you have to risk 110, 10%. Sometimes the juice is less or more.
Okay.
But standard, as we're all used to, most people, it's 10%. So for every $10 you want to win, you have to risk 11. So if you win, you get back the 11 that you laid out plus $10 for yourself.
Oh, okay.
So on a $50 wager, and that's what he's thanking me. It's a small play, which is fine. When
Sometimes
I say win 50, that means you have to risk 55 to win 50. If you only risk 50, you don't get back 50. You get back like $45 or so, depending on. There's another one, Andy.
Whoa.
So anyway, where were we? You were asking me about something.
bets.
Yeah. Bet. Wooga. I love that one, the Flintstones, man. I remember that since I'm a kid. But when Fred had that betting problem, and he started betting the Paperboy Arnold, you old timers remember this. And Barney was trying to say, Fred, I don't think you should do that. The kid's pretty sharp. Nah, and then he's got this. Next thing you know, the Arnold, the Paperboy, he's got all their furniture in the house.
Okay.
Wilma comes home, the place is vacant. And then Fred's in there betting marbles, and then you say the keyword bet, and you go, bet, wooga, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Goes nuts.
I just saw your Twitter go off. Let's see.
Probably telling us that Andy messed up again, let me say.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of trouble I could get myself into.
Yeah, believe me, they like you, Andy, but they don't understand. Check email.
Check the
okay, he
email.
can't get through to us. Let's dial him, Andy. Let's see what's going on. Here's his number, this 508 number.
Yeah, but-
Try not to dial the pizza guy.
Do you want to check the email? Because if we dial him, we won't be able to take a
All
second
right.
call.
You know what? I don't have time for all this, so what are you going to
I'll
do
pull-
while I
let
I
me
don't
pull
need.
it up.
I got it. I got
Okay.
it. I don't know where he sent. It's all right. I don't want nobody reading my.
Yeah, no, it's not going to come up on that.
To Danny, 610 is the wrong number. Oh, I gave him the wrong number.
Oh,
okay. I gave him the number to call ESPN. That is my bit.
Okay.
You know, now I messed up. Let me have
Here,
that number.
Here's the number. I'm not going to broadcast it over the air. Here.
Okay, you know what? I'm a mess.
That's all right.
Now today's my fault, because I wear too many hats. I
You know
have a
what-
lot of hats.
You know what it is? You're a super busy guy.
I do too much, and I have
you do a
kids.
lot. Yeah, and there's kids on
And I'm
top
worried
of
about
it,
a lot
so-
of different things that I wish that I had some good help here. Andrew. 402, there you go. There we go. And that is my bad. Thank you very much. For once, I can blame myself. I like blaming other people, though. Sometimes it makes you feel better.
You know what? You could blame
Time
me
to take off the glasses. You know what? I can see like Superman. But in front of me, it's like, I don't know if I got 6 hands or 5 hands, depending on how many trips to the garage I made. You like that one?
The infamous garage.
So yeah, Coco called me up and he told me, listen, he goes, I'm gonna come on your show Monday.
Okay.
He was going to do it today. His kid, doctors. He's got the baby's so cute. You check out the photos.
Mercy.
Yeah, and we're gonna go out to Vegas. He wants to do a video with me out in Vegas at the sports books.
Man.
Mad love, man. That's good stuff.
Shout
there.
out to Mad
$1 a day, shit. $1 a day.
And Lee Syed as well, man.
Lee, yeah, they're doing well for themselves. I'm so proud of Coco. You know, he's come a long way, man. He really has. Hopefully I gave the guy the right number, Andy. But anyway, he'll call in and we'll kill and clock, because that's what we do. We're clock killers.
Yeah, no worries.
At least you are, anyway. But yeah, you know what? I got so many phone numbers to different stations because I do a million call-ins. I had, last week was a good.
Well, you're doing radio, you're doing podcasts,
call-ins with ESPN locally,
this new site and all that.
The site, it's like really overwhelming, and it's amazing that I'm still sane. If you want to call me that, but.
Well, sanity is relative, I guess. What
I guess.
What can you do?
Yes, it is. Just like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. Hey, have you ever woken up with an ugly girl, though, Andy? I know you're married now. Have you ever made that mistake and put on the eye goggles?
It's been one of those things where I come to, and I'm like, okay, I gotta slip out of here before anybody knows.
I haven't done that. Honestly, I'm the type of girl.
You're the type of girl.
I'm the type of guy that, I look like the face. If I can't kiss you, I couldn't do you, I might have woke up with a chunky girl.
Well, you know what? Everybody
But not an ugly girl. I can't. If I can't kiss it, I can't do it. And I've been a faithful guy, no matter what people might have said about me. I have never cheated on my wife, nor do I have the intentions. I don't have the desire. I got everything
I think it's one of those things.
You know what? I got my, what the hell is this now? Come on, man. Is this, what is this? What's going on here? Hold on. I need a secretary it's the iPad is here. The iPad is here. Shop online. I thought it was... I get solicited. This is awful. Is this guy going to call? Brian! Pinocchio, you listening? Come on, call. But, Brian is a good dude. We started talking about the youth generation.
Yes.
AC, Brian.
Yeah, sharp guys.
Yeah, they're all young. And you know what? This is it. The world...
Here we go.
Hey.
You're on Keeping It Real.
Brian, how are you?
Hey guys, it's actually AC.
Oh, good. AC? No, we got somebody. I was waiting on Brian. You know what I did, AC? I gave him the number to call in ESPN.
For once, and
I made the mistake today, and I might have made another one. Because I'm so blind. I don't check email. I already did that. Okay.
I got you. Yeah, I saw him just right on your Twitter, so I was trying to get a hold of him to give him the number.
Did you? Can you do that for me too, just in case I made a mistake? Yeah, thank you. I got guys everywhere, but except in the right places.
Yep.
But yeah, so we were just talking for the last 10 minutes or so.
We were just talking about what a sharp guy you are.
Yeah, we were talking you up a little bit there, kitty cat. We were building you up. The whiz kids, I like it. People are like, why are you putting so much stock in the youth? Because they're the youth. They're our future. Is that another call coming in?
Here we go.
Hold on. We might have got this down.
Hello.
We have liftoff.
No, I already did that.
Hey, no cursing on my show, pal.
Twitter, so I was trying to get a hold of him.
Oh, no, listen, it's them talking to each other. Can you believe this? We are an amazing group of guys, ain't we? We got this down pat, don't we? Brian, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
The first thing I want to say, I know you're an Irish guy, more than likely with the name Harrington, but there was a song, HARRIGA, and you'll see. You're not a Harrigan, you're a Harrington, and you're also the founder. I like to have a little fucking fun. You're the founder of Pro Football Central, and also a NFL insider. You've established Pro Football Central back in 06, and you've recently with a guy that broke the Alex Smith trade. Is that correct? Is that fair enough to say there, big guy?
That is more than fair enough to say. The trade between the Chiefs and acquiring the quarterback, that hopefully they're still undefeated as of now.
So that's all your work,
we'll
huh?
see.
That's your work. You did.
Well, Chiefs fans don't like their quarterback. They say, he does mistakes off and on. It's all about the defense. The Chiefs have a defense and a very good defense. So we don't want to say Alex Smith is a subpar quarterback here, but he gets the job done. Pretty or not, he gets the job done.
Well, they're 8-0. I feel, though, this weekend they're in for... That's my play. I mean, we have AC. He's going to throw out some plays, and the kid is sharp. A lot of his moves, though, unfortunately, you can't play because he does a lot of halftime bets, a lot of second-half moves. So, but he's definitely sharp. I'm going, okay, now I'm 3-0 the last 3 weeks. I am going with Buffalo for the upset this week. I'm going with Buffalo plus the 3. I have a good feeling that they give Kansas City their first loss. Now, I'm due to lose, so don't go too crazy. But I'm 3-0 on this show, giving out my NFL play of the week. And it's my underdog play this week. Your thoughts on that? Anybody want to elaborate? Let's hear from Brian. Let's hear from AC. And then, Andy, I won't even ask you because you don't know.
Good call.
Let's start with you. Go ahead, Brian.
The big thing with the Bills is it going to be the Bills in the fourth quarter last week or the Bills coming up to the 3 quarters playing against the Saints? The Saints are a super team, and the Bills were neck and neck with them up until the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. If that team arrives and plays the Chiefs, you got a good upset of the week, but if it's the team who played the Saints in the fourth quarter, they're in trouble. Okay,
fair enough. I'm bet this is a 4-quarter sport. As you know, must go 58 minutes. Doesn't have to go the full hour, but it has to go 58 to be an official bet. AC, I just... Who's out there? Is somebody scratching or trying to be one of those jam artists? It sounds like... AC, your thoughts on the Buffalo-Kansas City game? I told you how I feel. Can you elaborate, collaborate, or what?
Yeah, well, after analyzing that game this week, I mean, it opened at 3.5, and I'm just looking at the line metrics instead of just the teams.
Metrics.
And it's down to 3. I've been seeing a lot of guys out there pounding Buffalo, and it's actually moving down because of all the money coming in on Buffalo. People actually think they're going to get their first win of the year, or give the Chiefs the first loss of the year. And Buffalo's been playing pretty decent. They have a couple of filling quarterbacks that have been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks. I actually wouldn't play this game because I see too much money coming in on Buffalo, and the way the Chiefs have been playing, I mean, the bets are against them. It's easier to keep playing the team that's winning than hope they lose that week.
No,
but hey, if you're riding with it, I'll tell that.
Well, anyway, can you tell us? And well, I'll tell you what. Hold that thought. I want to get to Brian because it's his day. He was kind enough to have me on his show last week, and I appreciate that. Who is Pro Football Central? What's your mission statement? I know you're a young buck. You're only 29, 30 years old, just like the rest of the new guys that are working with me now. I'm the grandpa. But I never thought I would say that. Brian, tell me why and how all this came about. I know you were first a beat writer for the Buffalo Bills, so take over, please.
Yeah, I was beat writer for the Bills back in high school, actually, and I've been a diehard Bills fan growing up in Boston. As you can tell, Boston strong World Series champions, by the way.
Good job, fellas. Good job.
And growing up as a Bills fan, we didn't really have as many Bills fans around me. The whole Bledsoe Brady situation. So I always wondered, where are these other NFL fans? It seemed like it was against the law if you grew up and you weren't a Patriots fan. You get arrested pretty much because they were doing so well at the Super Bowl.
Or beat up, yeah.
So I began with the Bills website. I began with the Bills radio show. I interviewed Mark Levy and Kent Hall, which was like nervous as heck, and I said, why don't we expand and do 32 teams and see where we're at? And we had Revis on and Roddy White and Bart Scott and Jim Brown, and we just keep getting better and better. Like, the mission is to thoroughly entertain you fans and to have an alternative. I know there's the ESPNs and the Pro Football Talks, and but there isn't really anything else out there. We're the alternative to, like, not only entertain you with the print side of things, with the fantasy and the college ball that we do on TFC, but the podcast as well. We got like 21 the podcast for a lot of teams. We have a debate show that's really entertaining, that we have a host who has an opinion, and then we have a co-host who doesn't agree with them, and then they go at it for like an hour straight.
Ain't that life,
it's thoroughly entertaining.
Well, that's what it's about, entertainment, and with some facts too. It's not just gibberish. And it's good to have people with different opinions. Some of my guys disagree. I give them a task. Who do you like in this game? Who do you like in that? It's their opinion based upon, everybody has their own search and development program, I guess you want to call it. I'm not what's all of this stuff you guys use these days, AC? What's that word you like to use? Algorithms and shit like that? I don't even know what an algorithm is. It's I'm a basic math guy, but that's all you really need.
He's in the Matrix, bro.
He's in the Matrix. I used to drink Matrix. That was pretty good. I got big on that stuff. But I lost my train of thought. But Brian, yeah, you've done some wonderful things with Pro Football Central, and now you added me to cast the characters. And I just got off the phone with Mad Flavor, Coco Diaz. He says he's a big fan of yours, and he will find some time to come on your show, vice versa. So he was going to join us, but we did the show an hour early today, thanks to Andy getting his tattoos or whatever the hell he's got to do. So let's get some free picks out there. I already told you, I think Buffalo pulls away with the upset, and I also like the Eagles going into Oakland. AC, who do you like this weekend? I know you're in the city. You have bad connection. You probably got to get back to work. You work for a brokerage. What do you like, and who do you like this weekend?
Yeah, well, I mean, on Monday when we had the podcast, I said this would be the week of the home dog and the people opposing the public, because last week we saw Vegas took a big hit on Sunday.
They did.
And so far, I mean, if you played that theory, you would have hit on the Rams and the Dolphins last night. I think that trend will continue into the weekend. As you said, I like the Eagles too. I think they're going to find a way to win on the road, especially Oakland coming off that huge win against the Steelers, where they almost blew it in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And I gave out the Texans last week. That line is held pretty tight. I thought we would see it get up to 3. But, I mean, if it stays under 3, I really, really like the Texans this week.
Okay, so you're holding tight on that, because you did say you would tighten up your info later in the week. And again, this is 2 days away, so anything can happen. 2 days and change. You know, a lot of the things that we do here are game time decisions, you know, so you got to live with that. That's why the $1 a day, I think I've spoken to 100 people the last couple of days about it. And guys that are running sites, and they think it's brilliant. And I think it's good because you don't have to necessarily play the games. You can compare notes. If you like it, disagree, and if you don't, you can trash me. I don't give a darn. That's, you know, it's some fun here. And I'm with you too, Bri. I'm trying to build an entertainment network where we have some laughs, some great guests. I've had some. You've had plenty of them. So I feel you, you know, and I'm happy to be a part of what you're doing, and I want to get you involved in what we're doing and get the word out. And Coco's a good way to do that with 110,000 strong followers plus. So a little bit more about Pro Football Central, Brian. HARRIGAN, you'll see. That's a good old song, but it's Harrington. And NFL Insider. What other trades did you were the first to release? Is that your biggest, I guess, the first? I don't know. I don't even know how to ask you that question. But
well, we did a lot of quiet ones, you know, that really haven't made the head. See, like, the big problem is, you know, like you guys have with the same issue. We're going up against the big wigs of ESPN and, you know, Sirius Radio and NBC and CBS. So it's pretty much, they're in a little bit of a cult. So if they report something later, they get credit.
Right.
Anyways, because anybody outside doesn't get credit.
I got you. So sometimes you release a story, but because they have the big forums, they get the credit, and meanwhile you already said something or already leaked it out or
That's
whatever.
how we got a lot of our followers, is because a lot of our fans were like, "Hello, this was reported last night on, you know, by the PFC."
Yeah.
But I have talked to a lot of those insiders, Ian Rappaport, Albert Boyer. They work very hard for what they do. Like, a lot of them have, like, you know, like 3 phones, like they're like drug dealers, but they're not. But they just have their phones.
Are you sure?
But so much that they have to be on point 24 hours a day. If not, then they had a scoop that was missed. Like, there was a lot of, like, reports last week about Joshua Gordon being traded, Hakeem Nick's being traded. Of course, it didn't happen, but they were ready and willing to have the phone ring and jump on it and be the first to report breaking news, you know, and it's a war out there with NFL insiders. So I don't want to say that I'm an NFL insider to the point where there's like pressure for me to break something.
Okay.
I have a philosophy that if it drops on my lap and I verify it and I'm the first to report it, rock on. But 9 times out of 10, I don't get the credit I deserve anyways.
Well, either do I. Especially for my wife and kids. It's incredible. I'm like, smacked around. But no, I'm kidding. I have a great family. I'm always tweeting out there. Andy knows. It's I know. It's not the Waltons, though. I mean, we have a different approach to life. But all in all, there's a lot of love in our house. AC, getting back to you, the man on the streets, the whiz kid. College football. We threw out a couple of NFL games. College football. Let's talk about one matchup. I mean, in the BCS this weekend, the biggest matchup is obviously Miami, Florida State with a high spread. Is this line high? Is it where it should be? You're the math guy. 22 last time I checked. Is that a good line for this game?
Well, if they could throw the line 2 weeks ago before Florida State stomped Clemson, it would have been closer to 2 touchdowns. And then Florida State has been playing very well the last 2 weeks. And on the flip side, Miami's been playing awful. So they definitely played this line 7 points. That's not to say that Vegas doesn't give away free money, and they know the money will be coming on Florida State anyway, and they put it over the hook of 21. I think Florida State's going to come out there and blow the doors off them. The question is, will they win by 20 or 21? Possibly. And we'll see how the line moves over the next couple of days. But Florida State's a very well-polished team, and I think they could make the national championship if they win this game. The only other team that I see on the radar is Florida down the line.
Okay. Brian, I know you're a fan. I know you're a big sports guy. Are you a betting man? Do you enjoy throwing a 50 here or 100 there on a game? Brian? Hello? I think we lost Brian.
I'm slow? I'm sorry, I was on mute. Sorry about that.
What were you doing? Were you breaking news?
Are you on the
Unfortunately, I'm not.
Good. No, you don't.
But the $1 a day from Danny B is getting me enticed, and I'm getting into it because of this show.
No, I won't even. I'll waive the $1 a day for you, Bri. I'll charge you a quarter a day. A quarter
a day.
A quarter a day.
I like that.
A penny a day.
A penny a day. No, listen, I got some bills to pay. The internet stuff don't make me money, man. This is just some fun for me. I've made my money. I have fun with this. My radio show is my bread and butter. That's what I've been doing for years. But I can't be myself. I gotta watch what if I you know how many times they try to. I've got to be bleeped out, or I can't say what I really want to say. Not that I need to use vulgarity to get the message across, but once in a while it's okay to say shit, or hell, or piece of shit. Like I want to say, you know why I lost that game? Because that piece of shit dropped it in the end zone, or that friggin' dirty referee messed up that fucking call, and I can't say that on AM radio. And then people will say, he's right. We were winning that game, and there was 9 seconds left, and Maryland scores a touchdown. You know what I did? I almost put a bat. Not this bat. This is signed by Griffey Jr. and Ricky Henderson in 91. That's a nice one. It's pretty heavy, though. Might use it on somebody one day. That was one of the games that I lost over the weekend. I wanted to take a bat and beat up my 65-inch screen. It's brand new, and I almost did. But I'm saying that's too nice to break.
Don't use the baseball bat.
No, plus there was another game coming on, so I needed it. Although I got like 50 TVs in my house. It's ridiculous.
It really is.
It really is. It's overwhelming. So what else is going on in your world here? Let's talk with AC. I know that you're supposedly on your way up to see me later today, or you're not going to make it. You got to have a Sabret hot dog, whatever you're doing in the city. What's going on?
Yeah, I just left Fiore. They actually said I'd say hello to Danny B. Fiore's in Hoboken.
Oh, yeah, sure.
The stuff shop. Yeah, they said say hello, so I stopped by there for lunch. I mean, it's raining out and stuff, so I didn't think I was going to make the trek.
No,
don't. Downtown today.
No, I'll tell you what, it is wet out there. It's drying up now, but yeah, the boys up there know me. Stop by the Texas, Arizona one day, and I forgot she's trying to be an ESPN reporter. I forgot the bartender's name there, but Hoboken is a fun town. I miss it. I really do. If it wasn't for the school districts here, I'd take the kids back up there and we'd live around there. I like it up there. So we're
yeah, that's the problem. But anyway, as you're saying, what else is going on in the college market? I mean, everyone looks at the big games as the games you got to bet on each week. But I mean, the way you find gems is to analyze every single game. Like for instance, last night I think your Dynamo Mafia and one of my key plays last night was the Louisiana Monroe over. Mm-hmm. And I see another one coming this weekend. I mean, I like the Arkansas State South Alabama over. I think that line is definitely off, and I think there's a lot of value there. You might even see 80 points in that game.
Well, you know,
so that's just another free pick for you guys.
Well, that's what we've been doing. We've been tweeting, and a lot of guys here, but I don't get this. We're just throwing out some advice. You don't have to bet it. A lot of guys are like, why are you sending it? You don't have to bet it. I'm just letting you know who the guys have. I'm glad we're having this talk, okay? I'm glad it's a one-on-one right now. You listening to me? So you know. I just throw their plays up there, letting you know who they are, what they're doing, and maybe you'll be interested in them. It's up to you. You don't have to bet everything that you see. That's the problem with you knuckleheads. It's
People need to stop complaining, right, Danny?
You know what? Yeah, I mean, and stop taking things personal.
Stop
hating, stop attacking everybody, because usually the guys that are attacking, they're usually the ones with the bad agenda. That's what I've learned in life, Brian. And I am older than most of you guys. Actually, you can probably add 2 years together, and I'm almost your age. And then, but yeah, you know, so yeah, what am I going to do? It is what it is. I'm just having some fun with it. The Dynamafia. Who are the Dynamafia? You probably want to know. Well, a lot of people take shots at Allentown. Let me tell you something. Before the casino started popping up left and right, there was gambling in every restaurant, every social bar, the machines, the cards, the sports betting. But this Dynamafia, it's a group of owners, Greeks, of course. It's all that owns restaurants. They do more than cook, I told you. These guys move some good money, and they're damn good at what they do, and they're pretty connected, and they have their ins in the offshore casinos. And they know me for a very long time. But it was just recently that they knew I was in this business. You see? They've been seeing me come and go for all these years, because I don't really bother with nobody. I don't talk to many people, because most people are full of shit. You know, no offense. So, yeah. And then he's like, you know, when the Darryl Dawkins and all that stuff, so they started, like, you know, talking sport. They started opening up, and the guys are sharp, and we're going to get some plays from them. They've been right on the money. He put out a trend last night, he said, and AC, you agreed with this. Whatever, if there's a 2-game board in the NBA, okay, check it out. Whatever happens in game 1, if the dog wins and it goes under, do the favorite in the over in the second game. And it came in last night, okay? I didn't bet it. I just want to throw some knowledge out there. Whether you grasp it, whether you absorb it, it's up to you. I would recommend be like a sponge. Absorb everything and then dilute what you don't want. Is that fair enough to say? Power to the people. Now, Brian, what else is going on with Pro Football Central? I know you're expanding. You just did something with Mr. Nelson, the Patriot Hall of Famer.
Tell us Nelson, yeah, we just had him at a live event last week. We met the fans, signed the autographs. I actually seen a grown man cry in front of him. It was pretty interesting. A lot of people love the old-time players for the Patriots and all that.
Yes.
It was entertaining. We're getting picked up by a couple AM outlets, so I can't say shit and like douchebag on those outlets.
Yeah, but you can hear.
Regulations.
Yep. So
unfortunately, even though we don't say the noise, but it felt good saying it on the air, Danny. Thank you for that outlet.
Well, no, it's okay. Speak your mind. Anybody want to burp? Because before you was called on, I had gas for like 10 minutes, and I'm like looked like I was giving birth or something like that. It was like burp, burp, burp. But now I feel
much we're just growing every day. Like PFC is growing every day, and we are doing our best to thoroughly entertain those NFL fans. And you know what, Danny B? If I was you, I would hashtag the word verbal vitamin.
Verbal vitamin?
You would provide verbal vitamins.
Verbal vitamin.
I like
hey,
that.
You know what? Do me a favor. Put together a little logo or a link for us, and I'll tag you on Danny's friend list on my website. You know, I'll link you in there. This way, people can check out your podcast. Because my website, I'll be honest with you, I keep it pretty simple. You know, you can get your games on it. What you do is you register, you sign up for whatever, 3 months, 6 months, and the games will be posted daily. You know, it depends on the day. Of course, on the weekends, we'll get them up early. But like today, I got to hear from like 6 or 7 different people, and they're not all ready at the same time. Some are on the West Coast. Some wait for different trends. So usually about 4 or 4:30, I'll tweet out when the games will be ready. It's up to you to check it. But if you do log in and you leave your proper phone number, we can text you to plays too. And if you don't get the texts, let me know, because I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm being honest with you. I'm learning. You know, Andy's learning how to still do this mixer thing, and he's still learning. All he's worried about is tattoos and pitches. Tattoos. Tattoo! Okay, AC, let's get to some soup and potatoes. I told you, the Buffalo, you say there's a shot, but you're not going to bet it. I'm going to stick to my guns, but my money game, I said I'm going to have an underdog for you. And I think Philadelphia is what, +2 as well. So I have 2 dogs. What is Philly right now? They're +2. I don't care if they were laying points. I like the Eagles this weekend, no matter what. I like the Eagles. I like Buffalo. Let's talk about a good game. Not in the top 10. Not in the BCS concerns. Georgia and Florida at Jacksonville. AC, what's your thoughts on this 2.5 spread, Georgia?
Well, Georgia's supposed to be getting some of their studs back this week, and Florida is actually, their offense is looking like shit the last couple weeks. This one's really a toss-up. I mean, it could go to 3, and I think there's some value there on Florida if you get that hook, and especially with people will be, steam in Georgia a little bit when they get this receiver and supposedly the running back. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think we'll see the under. If I was going to play anything in that game, I'd play the under. I really like that from a numbers perspective. But I mean, it'll be a good game to watch. I mean, it's probably the 3:30 CBS game, so that'll be a fun game to watch. SEC game with some offense.
CBS, Herschel, the man on CBS. Remember that back in the day? Herschel, the man on CBS. So listen, I go back in time. You're a Bills fan. I remember OJ and Reggie McKenzie and Joe DeLamalua. You recently, since your age, understandable, you're more of a Thurman Thomas, Jim Kelly. What's his name? The wide receiver, Andre Reed, who's a local boy from Kutztown University.
Andre Reed, who's going to be in the Hall of Fame this year. I'm predicting it now. He's been on the cuff every year. Chris Carter over Andre Reed. Can we get into that?
No,
For some reason, I think Chris Carter is not as good as Andre Reed. Chris Carter was in the Hall of Fame. Was in the Hall of Fame, and he just beat out Andre Reed, who is a prolific wide receiver, broke records after records after records, and he was the favorite target for Jim Kelly.
Andre Reed is a Kutztown boy. You know that. He's local. That's about a half hour up the road here. His brother's a local guy, and they're good guys. They really are. And I was a fan of the Cowboys, but I always, I know. Listen, I know. Yeah, I know. All right, what? Take it back.
All we have to say now is why Bright.
No.
And that's going to make it worse.
No, but listen, I was rooting for the Bills though prior to them playing the Cowboys, against Washington, against the Giants, and when they missed that field goal, that's a lot of people still remember. What was Scott Norwood? Was that his name?
Yeah, Norwood. I was a little kid. I still my Giants jersey.
You're still little kids. You're still young bucks.
I mean, he was brought back, and we all welcomed him with open arms, even though he thought we were going to kill him. He made a mistake, but you know what? I always tell the fans, if it had to come down to that play, we weren't doing our best, because we can't put him on a kicker let them win the game. We should have had that game won already.
Good point. Good point. That's fair enough. That's well said. So anyway, what are we looking at, Andy? What do we got, an hour? How long is the show, 40? Want to go a little bit longer? Anybody got anything you want to bring up? Tell us a little bit more about yourselves. I'm just meeting everybody now, and I like it. See, I was catching some heat. Like I said, I was kind of second-guessing myself. Then I said, no, what the hell? Fuck these guys. I got a lot of people showing me games, and I tell everybody, I mean, I'm as honest as it gets with this. I am not a great handicapper, but I do know everybody in the business.
You got a network.
And that's it, and sometimes I have to pick and choose games from this guy, and I make the mistakes. But if you ride it out with us, if you stay with us, and you stay contained, and you don't panic, or you don't give me the middle finger if I have a bad opening night, it'll make you some money. And again, for the $1 a day, it's good value because you don't have to necessarily play every day. You get to maybe look at it. I agree. I don't like that game. This guy's been hot. That guy can't pick his wife out of a photo lineup. Whatever it might be. So it's good value, and, take a shot at it. Have some fun with us. And
a powerful network, Shark.
And again, baseball, I'll tell you though, baseball, I consider myself one of the best out there. But when it comes down to basketball, football, and college and stuff, I'm no better than the next guy, but I know people that are better than most people. Okay, it's as simple as that. So let's go back to AC in New York City. Have you ever had a dirty water hot dog?
No, I haven't. Where are they at?
A Sabret hot dog? Come on. What are you, a vegan?
The guys on the truck.
No, I just stick to the steak and the cheesesteaks and the burgers.
No, you get yourself a dirty water hot dog. It's the best thing, and you'll go to the bathroom for a couple of days after that.
The guys wash their hands in it. They pee in the water.
Instead of getting, I go for my colonoscopy in a couple of weeks, I got to drink this pile of shit, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Andy knows you got to keep the diet right to stay in shape for the MMA shit, right?
Yeah, no,
right.
I'm not much of a fatting person. Back in the day, though, I didn't give a fuck about nothing.
I'm hoping to take my my first jiu-jitsu match soon. There's one on my birthday, November 16th, which is
That's my wife's birthday
well.
too.
I'll probably have to cut like 10 to 15 pounds. You'll see me walking around look like a skeleton.
Like Skeletor, right?
Yeah. But
Hey, Andy, when is Silva fighting again? The rematch, is that coming up next year?
Silva is
Silver and gold.
It's actually close to Christmas. Let me pull this up right here. It's I believe it's December 28th. Weidman Silva.
Chris Weidman, Anderson Silva, the rematch.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
absolutely. Oh my God, it's gonna be sick. I mean, I think Silva is not gonna let Weidman get a second chance. I think he was just super sloppy. He wanted to come out and he wanted to dance around the punches, and Weidman caught him. But I don't think he's the type of fighter that's gonna let that slip one more time. Weidman is a Long Island guy. I mean, I love him. He's a fantastic fighter. He's a great wrestler. He rolls with the
He
guy.
didn't respect Chris Weidman. That was the big issue. That card with Rousey and Tate, I mean, that's going to be the card of the year, I think,
shit.
even though they just had a pretty good card last time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's going to be a thoroughly entertaining championship bout fight for like a main event and a co-main event. I think it's going to be good.
I feel like I don't. I'm in a foreign land here because I know nothing about the MMA stuff. I like my boxing back in it. I stopped really watching boxing when Mike Tyson bit Holyfield's ear. That was kind of like the last fight. I was rooting for Philly Godfather's boy Rosado, Gabriel.
Yes, Gabriel Rosado.
And I heard the unfortunate news, but.
He had a tough
But Bernard Hopkins did win, and that's always nice. The local guys here. Philly's got some great fighters. Philly Godfather knows a lot of those fellas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Danny B, I was going to say on that Weidman fight. I mean, I'm like you. I was the first fight I ever watched, and I just saw the line. The line was way too low for a guy like Silva who's undefeated. So, I mean, I told my guys to put the money on Weidman. He knocked his ass out. So, I think Silva's got that complex, that Randy Moss type of complex.
Randy Moss.
If he knows he's going to lose, he'll act like he's not really trying. And that's what I got out of him. I think we're going to see the same result next fight. We'll have to see the line, but
yeah, I'm really hoping Silva comes back in something spectacular, and really shows everybody that he's not somebody to be fucked with. But I do think he was really sloppy in that fight, and he may treat it the same way. And if so, we have a new champ. I mean, Weidman's a powerful
He's going to destroy Weidman. He now knows what it's like to actually taste the defeat, and he don't like that feeling.
Oh, yeah, it sucks.
He's going to go all out and just maul him. Like Chael Sonnen, Chael Sonnen fought Anderson Silva the first fight. He had some messed up ribs, but he didn't really respect Chael Sonnen as much, and Chael Sonnen whooped his ass for
are you sure?
4.5 rounds, and then he got tapped out. And look what happened after that. It was, you got beat all this. He goes, okay, I'm going to prove you guys wrong. Anderson Silva always wins the rematch. It has been proven, and it's going to be proven again. I'm a Weidman fan. I think he's great for business because we got an up-and-coming kid who's young. He's great. He's from the Jersey area, by the way, which is awesome.
That's right.
But you can't beat Anderson on a rematch. It's been a proven fact. Anderson's training like an animal with all that talent and skill. You just can't beat that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's turn this back into a football program rather than a chop 'em up karate
Hopkins,
kid.
by the way, Danny B. Hopkins is a prime example that it's never too late to box. I'm throwing it up to you, Danny
So,
B.
but listen,
he's a heavyweight. He's a boxing champion.
dude, I'm 5
How old is he?
I'm 5'0" nothing. I'm 5'0" nothing. I used to be tall, but as you get older, it's true, your bones shrink.
Never too late, Danny B. I'm telling you.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna?
Prime example.
I don't want to fight. I want to be a pacifist. I'm gonna drop the cane, and I want peace and harmony and $1 a day. That's all I want. Peace, harmony, and $1 a day. Good stuff, fellas. Good stuff. So let's recap some of the plays, and then Brian, I want to AC. I'm gonna let you go, and then Brian, I want to keep you on for a minute. Talk a little. I want to talk you up a little bit more. Let's AC says. So okay. You like that total in the small schools. What were those small schools again?
Yeah, that was Arkansas State versus South Alabama.
Okay.
It's up to 64.
Flying up to 80 was what you said. You like the Eagles. You're kind of staying off of my play, the Bills. And you're going to have some basketball for us tonight or some help or whatever. And, again, the plays will be up about 4:30. I got some stuff to do. Plus, I want to be accurate. Got to hear from the Dyna boys. So, yeah, AC, man, thanks a lot. And I understand you're not going to make it up this weekend. We got to get together soon now. Soon. We got to get together.
Definitely. I'm actually heading up to the Rutgers and Jets game this weekend, so I'll be busy.
Oh, wonderful.
So, thanks for having me, though.
No, man, thank you. Listen, before you go, man, you've really impressed me. You've impressed a lot of people in a short amount of time. You've been in the forums since 2007. You earned respect from your peers, which is important in this industry of bias. So listen, man, it's been nothing but good stuff, man. Nothing but good stuff. So AC, have a good day and knock 'em dead, and I'll touch base with you later in the day, and just let me know what's going on. AC Sports 23 at AC Sports 23. Michael Jordan. Thank you, AC, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
See you guys. Thanks. Nice to you guys.
Good job, my friend. Yeah, Brian, you guys remind me a lot of each other. You have a deeper announcer voice. You do have a great voice for radio.
Thank you.
You're well spoken. You're very diverse. I did not know that you were MMA orientated because, it's good to know a little bit of this and that.
I can talk anything.
That's
I
good.
can talk any subject you guys make up. I can roll with it. Go ahead, throw it at me.
Throw it at you.
I love it.
Now, what do you do when you got a batch of weed and there's a lot of seeds in it? What do you do with something like that?
You got to get a good grader for it, and unfortunately, you got to hand pick it and make sure the seeds are thrown out.
I haven't seen it.
It's not good. What you should do is buy it from somebody else because you bought it from a shit dealer.
That's a great response because I haven't
go.
seen a seed in weed in years because I won't even go near that stuff.
Only the best.
Not that I know. Me too.
You wouldn't know. I wouldn't know that or anything like that. But you know what? I love what Coco tweeted out. And again, he definitely because he caught me as I was leaving the gym, and he was going to call in, but he thought the show was scheduled at 1:00 because he has to take his baby to the regular checkup. And he did. I said, "What do you know about PFC Central?" And he was like, "Pro Football Central, rather." So it's good people. Good people. I've been meaning to come on their show, vice versa. So you'll hook up together, man. That'll be good for
He's
you.
the best in the business, in my opinion. I mean, he's real. He's organic. He busts his ass. He's up till 3 a.m. writing jokes.
No, he does. He does.
He's just not human.
Yeah.
He's not human. I'm telling you right now, he's
a
not
gift to
human.
the
And the
world.
fact that he does the show and he does the chews and all that stuff, and he's coughing, and he's still rolling like a soldier.
Well, yeah, listen, what's this that just popped up from David Purdom? Confident New Jersey continues legal fight for sports betting. Let me see what this just tweeted out by David Purdom.
Love David Purdom, by the way. He does excellent.
David's covered a lot of my career the last 3 or 4 years when I was with Tim Donaghy and took him to the ball game. It was a year ago almost, November 9th. I took him to his first game. Had a good time, man. It was good stuff. It's funny the way the NBA shut down that, because when we got there, there was a press release, the referee to attend his first game, and it was good publicity. And, David Stern shut it down. Prior to the game, we were getting tweets, or texts rather, from the Post and the New York paper saying, "Hey, what seats, where are you at? We're going to come sit and talk to you, take some pictures." Right as soon as we got into Madison Square Garden, they said they can't do it. You know why?
That's because you're not. Listen, and I'm probably wrong with this, but I'm gonna throw it your way. If the NBA isn't seeing profit in their little pocket, they're outlawing it. Correct?
That's exactly.
With the NFL, and they want to see the money.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to see the money, then they don't believe in it, right?
No, that's true because it was shut down. The only guy that paid Tim any mind was Mark Cuban. He came over, he shook his hand, and that was pretty classy, because they have a good relationship. Mark Cuban's Mark Cuban. Mm-hmm. But the funniest thing that day, now that the NBA's here, we can talk some NBA, was the way Ronnie Nunn, who was the boss back in the day, he looked at Tim with so much hatred after Cuban shook his hand, and he just ran out of there with disgust. But they wouldn't nobody was allowed to talk to him. Nobody would even look his way except for Mark Cuban came out of his way to shake his hand. And he did say, "Timmy, I'm going to take a picture with you, but I'm going to shake your hand, but no pictures, please." And he looked at me. And I told the story last week or so. The camera froze. Who's that? These fucking solicitors. Now, let me blow this guy away. Hold on. Hello? Yeah, no. Hello, Diego ain't here no more. Okay? Wrong number. Jesus.
Let me ask you guys this question. What can we do with the NBA as far as having the NBA create their own, handicapping pool so they can be quiet and make money? And everybody involved also makes money. Can that happen in the future or no? I mean, now we got these iPad Airs and these watches with phones on them. I mean, why can't we grow up and realize that it's being done and it is not illegal, but it is illegal, kind of like. I mean, come on, it's 2013.
I think people
What
just
are we
need to
doing
wise up.
What are we
They just
doing
need
there, Perry,
wake
over
up
there,
and
too?
realize that this is a great opportunity, especially with tax revenue, to be able to bring some extra money in. And it's like the same thing with the cannabis debate. You know, it's like
Cannabis,
people
it's
just gotta
fucking
wake up.
marijuana. It ain't no cannabis.
People
It's
just
It's
gotta
not
wake up.
killing anybody, is
No,
it?
it's not
I
killing
mean,
anybody.
I was having a talk with you like the other day. There are a few idiots who can abuse the opportunity with the betting and the weed as well. But don't let a few idiots ruin it for everybody else who handles it like adults. And like a lot of these people go on like 9-to-5 jobs, and they're fathers and husbands
Right.
with 2 or 3 kids. That's they like to go online with the betting. That's the outlet. Like,
It's
they have the wife in the background. Yeah. They like to have an outlet. And
It's a
some
great way to
outlet is they
entertain.
like
You
to
know what?
go against the spread, go with the spread. I don't see what the problem is.
Well, you know
But
what?
I'm on the outside looking in.
But it's hypocritical. You know what? It all started in 2006 with this unlawful Internet Act law that was passed through Congress. Wasn't even supposed to be passed, but it snuck in under the radar, as they say. Your banks couldn't willingly and knowingly distribute funds for a said gambling venture. And that's when it started scaring people. NetTeller, PayPal, they couldn't funnel the money. You know what it is? It's just, it's hypocritical. Prohibition didn't stop jack shit. This is making it harder for people, but it's also creating more local bookies that they were not in trouble, but they were losing their luster. But now they're coming up a dime a dozen again, and some of these bookies ain't paying nobody. I know. A lot of guys tell me, hey, I'm waiting on $500, $200 lousy dollars. Well, chances are you're not going to get it, pal. So, yeah, I don't know, man. But anyway, getting back to that November 9th, it was a good time. The bottom line is, Tim was a little intimidated because he saw a lot of the press there, not the press security, and he thought they didn't want him there. But they were just there to make sure nobody hacked them, because last thing the NBA wanted was to give us attention. They didn't want to give us exposure. So, that's what happened. But, so yeah, it is the NBA season. We're going to start talking some NBA. Not that I'm a book of knowledge with the NBA, but some of these guys are very, very sharp. Tim did a very good job for me. I know a lot of good guys in the business. So, yeah, we're going to talk some NBA. We're going to talk all types of good stuff. And having you on the show, it's just another knowledgeable guy. We've had Joey Odessa from MMA Odds. We've had a lot of good guests. The Philly Godfather, of course, a book of knowledge. Joey Diaz, funny as hell. And Daryl Dawkins. And, just the list goes on. Sir Ivan, who's worth $2.5 billion. Not million, $2.5 billion. Playboy of the East Coast. So anything else, Brian, you'd like to close the show? Anything you'd like to promote? What you're doing next? Some of your new ventures? So spend a couple of minutes and talk about you.
Pretty much what the new adventures is, we do about 4 or 5 of these shows a day, and working the phone lines, trying to get big players on every single show. We do our best to thoroughly entertain the fans. If you're a Chargers fan, we have a Chargers show coming up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're talking with a few of the players from the Chargers, trying to get them on. Cam Thomas was on the show last week, finds out that Cam Thomas is a Katy Perry Roar fan, which we didn't know about that before the interview, which was awesome. And you know what? We're just rolling, man. We're just trying to do our best with the entertainment value with all these fans to be thoroughly entertained on the website, PFC. Now we do like the college ball, we do the SEC, all that stuff like going on as well. We're trying to get our foot into the college scene as well as do some player interviews and all that stuff. But the draft is rearing its ugly head, like in April, but the playoffs are coming up. Boy, did this season go by fast, guys. It just blinked by. We got the Chiefs undefeated, and no one out there is giving the Chiefs credit. It's all about the Broncos, but you know what? The Broncos have a loss, and the Chiefs don't.
That's the bottom line, but also the Broncos have a pretty tough schedule ahead of them. I said earlier in the year, and you're right, it's halfway through the NFL and week 10 of NCAA action. You go for a little nap, you wake up, it's over. But the good thing is basketball is daily. It's a cash cow, but it also can beat you down. get caught up in the chase, start chasing game after game and game, especially Saturday, college basketball. How many schools are there? 300 and something? So what do you make out of this? I'm reading the headlines because I don't feel like putting my glasses on and looking like some type of weird professor. New Jersey taking sports betting case back to the appeals court instead of Supreme Court. Is that a good sign without me looking into the story right now?
I think it's a great sign. You know, like the big thing is, like I was saying earlier, it's 2013. The UFC is outlawed in NYC. That's a prime example of how stupid people are.
Uh-huh.
New York City cannot host the UFC yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous. And if they actually, like, the I don't want to say the dumb individuals in charge of this go to the court and say, listen, let's break down the profit. Okay, this is what we've been making without handicapping and without the UFC. Let's see what we can do if we have a grasp on it, how much money we can make. Wow, look what I'm looking at, the P word, profit. And they need to realize that profit will come if they follow this route. And I have never put a dollar on anything as far as handicapping or anything like that, but I'm well aware of the strength in numbers and the fact that there are a lot of individuals, hence like Davey and everyone else, who is involved in this, are putting a lot of hard work and effort, and it's a skill that should be respected upon and handled in the right way. Then what's the problem? If it can make the state like money and make the city's money and profit off it, and everyone's happy and everyone has a profit and really goes up against each other, like fantasy football.
No.
Fantasy football is a prime example. People bet like money, real money too, $3,000, you know, this and that on fantasy sports.
Yeah.
It's not even freaking real, but people think it's real. People think it's a sport. Every morning at 5 in the morning, they have to check the waiver wire. And they put some serious cash on that.
No, yeah.
So I welcome the profit, absolutely.
No, you know what? To me, we're crying poverty. You know, we're looking why we don't have money, why we're whatever trillions upside down. Well, here, starts at the toll booths. Nobody's taking your money no more. You zip through it. The shopping, you do your own bagging. Everything else, the post office, this and that. We're killing ourselves. We're sending our money to Vietnam. We went to war with them. I think that a lot of people remember that war. You know, people call me up and say, Dan, this guy said that I have to send the money to Portugal. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of protocol. Is it safe? Yeah, as far as I know. And it sucks because I know I'd be skeptical, too, if a guy said, yeah, I want you to send 5 transactions to names you can't pronounce and countries that you thought were third world, and they are. Rice patties, all that shit. So, yeah, it's pretty ugly, you know. In Delaware, yeah, they got their little parlay cards. So I'm hoping that this is something good because instead of New Jersey having to go to the Supreme Court, I think the appeals court are going to revisit it. And
follow the money trail. It's that simple. You know what? Like you were saying, you know, before about, you know, do your research. You know, if you're trying to figure out where do I go and put my money in, don't just see the first site and put money into it. Then all of a sudden you're going to call up like Andy B. Oh, hey, I said $300 it cost to, you know, why did I do that? Because you didn't do your research, you know, like you don't just throw your money to the first site you see and realize it's going to Taiwan to have a kid to afford to use a jump rope or something like that.
No, it's not. Listen,
you got to learn where you put the money, have the research done, and do your research, because if I am trying to find a bank to put the money into, I'm not going to find the first bank and say, you guys look cool. I'm going to put your bank because you got a hot, you know, because you have a band of hot chick. No. You guys must be cool. I'm going to throw it in there, and I'm going to hope to get those chicks in my house. It doesn't work that way. But you got to like do your research and see what's the best place to put your money, and then you're good. Danny B is the best place to put your money. There you go. How about that?
Well, thank you, bro. You know, as far as these offshore entities, yeah, that's pretty much protocol. You're not sending money to Costa Rica because the banks, they got it. It's like counterterrorism. The U.S. puts this into play. They come with this thing. For every action, there's a reaction, especially in sports betting as well. But anyway, guys, I got to close the show. Brian, I can't believe how knowledgeable, you're well-spoken, and I had a good time today. I really did.
I had a great time.
It was
Pleasure to be on. I thoroughly enjoy your show every time it's on. And I'm a fan of the bird, by the way. Like, is the parrot there today or no?
No, you know what? We had a little rough. We have this love-hate. I love the bird, honestly, but sometimes he
If
gets...
that bird can talk, I would love to hear what that bird has to say. If he doesn't agree with you necessarily on something, if he can yell at bullshit, I think the ratings will go through the roof. Or he says, "Good point, Danny. Good point."
But he does talk.
If you train him to say those words, forget about it.
He's hammer shot.
No, he actually speaks when he wants to, and it's usually when you don't want him to, like when I'm sitting there writing a bunch of checks out. And next thing you know, he's cursing at me, and I'm like writing it out to thebird.com, and I'm like, But anyway, guys, no, honestly,
That's a website probably. There's a lot of sick websites out there, so thebird.com is probably available.
I got to get Moses his own. I've been meaning to get him his own Twitter handle and let him talk. But no, he's upstairs. The kids are a little under the weather, and actually, I got to get over to a meeting here, and I'm running a little late. And again, for guys that are just recent members, look for my tweet. I'll tweet it out when all the plays are posted up. $1 a day, you can't go wrong. And again, Brian from Pro Football Central, good stuff, man. Really good. You're probably one of the best guests I've had as far as talking a little bit of this and a little bit. I've had some great. I can't say that because all my guests have been very, very good.
I'm the best guest you have. Thank you for the compliment.
No, you've done. No, honestly, you've definitely. I knew you were sharp, but you surprised me. You're 30 years old, 29, but you sound like you sound like you've been doing this a lot longer than just a handful of years. But anyway, we have Brian Harrington from Pro Football Central. Your Twitter handle, Brian? At Pro Football
PF Central. Sorry.
Again, I'm sorry, buddy. I mess up my own, so I'll let you.
PF Central. So do I. I'm not going to say PFC. It's PF Central.
PFC is a private first class in the Army. But anyway, guys, girls, thanks for tuning in to Keeping It Real Sports. Check us out. New site again is Danny Wins the number 4, and I put up a 5. DannyWinsForYou.com. Guys, girls, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you Monday. Mad Flavor Joey Diaz joins us, and look for me on his Church of What's Happening Now. Take care, guys.